Do you know the secret of highly effective people? Stephen Covey describes 7 habits on how to live a successful life. But you should see success in a much broader sense. It's not about having a lot of money or a great car. The important thing is to be happy with your life and to build meaningful relationships. And there are a few things which you have to remember. First, there are no quick fixes. A lot of people ask for a quick fix advice or solution, but this is not how it works. This will take time. And this is an inside-out approach. This means that you first have to start with yourself, with your character, your motives, and your paradigms. And these habits are actually principles. And when these principles become habits, we can deal with all kinds of different situations. We can change our paradigms. The paradigm is the way we see the world, how we understand it, like our own personal map of the world. And this is what we have to improve. We have to get better maps. If we want to make relatively minor changes, we can focus on our attitudes and behaviors. But if we want to make significant change, we need to work on our basic paradigms. If we want better maps, there are no shortcuts. Suppose you wanted to arrive at a specific location in Chicago, but you were given the wrong map. Can you imagine the frustration of trying to reach your destination? You might work on your behavior, you could try harder, be more diligent, or double your speed. But your efforts would only succeed in getting you to the wrong place faster. You might work on your attitude, you could think more positively, you still wouldn't get to the right place. But perhaps you wouldn't care. Your attitude would be so positive, you'd be happy wherever you were. But the point is, you'd still be lost. The fundamental problem has nothing to do with your behavior or your attitude. It has everything to do with having a wrong map. So, habit number 1 is be proactive. The most important thing humans have is their ability to think. We can choose our thoughts and therefore control our mind. And we need to focus our mind on problems which we can influence. We can of course complain about the weather, the government, or blame our spouse, but these are areas which we cannot directly influence. So, proactive means taking initiatives. You have the ability to take action and make things happen, but you need to take full responsibility of your life. It's not what happens to us, but our response to what happens to us that hurts us. Of course, things can hurt us physically or economically, but our character, our basic identity doesn't have to be hurt at all. You can choose your response to any situation. If you start to think that the problem is out there, stop. That thought is the problem. Work on things you have control over. Work on you. So the final points are: individuals are responsible for their own choices and have freedom to choose. And I am responsible for my behavior and the choices I make in life. So, habit number 2 is begin with the end in mind. Imagine that you're at a funeral. You go to the casket and you see yourself lying in it. It is your funeral. Now imagine, what are other people saying and thinking about you if you are dead? Your family, your friends, your colleagues. What achievement and contributions would you want them to remember? The things you want them to say about you, these are your core values. So from now you should work on those values and focus on what you want to be and do in your life. For example, do you want to be remembered as a good husband? Well then, you shouldn't nag at your wife all the time. Do you want to achieve certain things in your job? Well then you shouldn't watch TV all the time and start learning. To begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means to know where you're going and that you take the necessary steps in the right direction. So, the important thing is that I can choose my own future and create a vision for it. Habit number 3. Put first things first. This is the habit of managing your time and life. And the essence of this thinking means to organize and execute around priorities. All the things you do every day can be divided in important, not important, and urgent and not urgent. So we get these 4 quadrants. And unfortunately, we spend a lot of time in Q1, important and urgent. But actually, our focus should be on Q2, things that are not urgent but important. Things like building relationships, writing a personal mission statement, or exercising. All those things we know we need to do, but somehow seldom get around to be doing, because they aren't urgent. So the one question you should ask yourself is, what one thing could you do that, if you do on a regular basis, would make a tremendous positive difference in your life? Think about it and make it a daily habit. So, habit number 4. Think win-win. And win-win is not a technique, it's a total philosophy of human interaction. This habit encourages you to see other people as cooperative, rather than a competitor. And think win-win teaches you to work together to seek mutual benefits. A lot of people see life as having only so much, as if there were only one pie out there. And if someone would get a big piece of a pie, it would mean less for everybody else. But most of life is not a competition. We don't have to live each day competing with our spouse, our children, our co-workers, our neighbors. Who's winning in your marriage is just a ridiculous question. If both people aren't winning, both are losing. So, habit number 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Communication is the most important skill in life. And there are 4 basic types of communication: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And the most important factor in good communication is listening carefully what the other person is saying. Unfortunately, most people don't try to improve their listening skills. They don't listen and are thinking in their mind, what they are going to say next. We often fail to take the time to diagnose, to really deeply understand the problem first. We have such a tendency to rush in to fix things up with good advice. Okay, suppose you're having trouble with your eyes and you go to a doctor for help. And after briefly listening to your complaint, he takes off his glasses and hands them to you. Put these on. I've worn this pair of glasses for 10 years now and they've really helped me. This is terrible. I can't see a thing. Well, what's wrong? They work great for me. Try harder. Well, I am trying. Everything is a blur. Well, what's the matter with you? Think positively. Okay, I positively can't see a thing. Boy, you are ungrateful after all I've done to help you. Would you ever go back to this doctor? Probably not. And this is the problem. We are constantly projecting our own experiences onto other people's behavior. We prescribe our own glasses for everyone. So things I want you to remember are: diagnosis must precede prescription. And if I listen first to understand, then I will be better understood. So, habit number 6, synergize. And synergy can be defined as the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For example, 2 pieces of wood together will hold more weight together than they will hold separately. And compromise means that 1 and 1 equals half, both give and take. But this isn't creative or synergistic. It produces a low form of win-win. Synergy means that 1 and 1 may equal 8, 16, or even 1600. So the important things to this habit are: the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and seek for a third alternative, which produces better long-term results. So, habit number 7, sharpen the saw. So the habit number 7 encourages you to take some time off to sharpen the saw, which means improve your skills. The greatest asset you have is you. You need to invest some time and money on yourself to improve your skills. This is the best investment you can ever make. And you can increase your effectiveness through personal renewal in each of the 4 dimensions of your life. First, physical. Do something for your body. Exercise and eat the right kinds of foods. Spiritual. Do something for your spiritual well-being. For example, try out meditation. Mental. Expand your mind. Learn your stuff and read a lot. And social, emotional. This means to improve your relationships. So, how do you remember all of this? Well, I like the low-key method. And this is a method to visualize and organize key elements to recall information. And here, I use this picture to link the key ideas of the habits to remember it. And there are all kinds of things going on in this picture. First, there's a dog here. Then we have an open door, we have pictures, a lamp, pillow, plant, and a couch. So, and habit number 1 is be proactive. And I remember it with the following sentence. You should be proactive and take the dog out for a walk. Number 2 is begin with the end in mind. And when I go through this open door, I will get a glimpse into the future and watch my own funeral. What will people say about me? Number 3, put first things first. And these pictures on the wall were very expensive, but if I had to choose between them and my family, I would of course choose my family, because I put first things first. The lamp, think win-win. I can create a win-win situation with this lamp, because it lightens up not only the room, but also the balcony. Pillow, seek first to understand, then to be understood. And I had very long talks with this pillow, because I really tried to understand what the life of a pillow is like. Plant, synergize. It was very hard to get this special type of plant. I had to synergize with a lot of people to get it into this apartment. And finally, sharpen the saw. To recover myself from all the stress, I like to relax on this couch. This is my way of sharpen the saw.